together with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. We'll be joined here by my brother in just a minute. And today we have 2 games in the NHL, 2 games in the NBA, and we have 14 games in the MLB. A pretty good size Monday card. Usually those are the lighter cards, but we have basically a full slate for that as well. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we'll take a look back at what happened yesterday. 1 went right, 1 went wrong in the world of sports betting. And yes, we took yesterday off, Mother's Day. We decided to not do a show yesterday. So that's where we were yesterday. Apologize. I don't know if Tim posted up anything for why we didn't do a show, but we decided for Mother's Day that we weren't going to do a show. I did put out a card. I won't go over it too much because I know not a lot of people probably saw it. Overall, was up 2.3 units. Started off with a loser, first 5 under 3.5, Arizona, Baltimore, where there was 3 runs in the 5th inning. And it was 1-0 heading into the 5th inning, something I thought I was going to be able to cash, and I didn't. A 5-1 victory for the Minnesota Twins over the Toronto Blue Jays, so a nice little win there. They really didn't get to Manoah that much, though. That was kind of interesting there. First 5 under 4. Houston, Detroit was as easy as it gets. I think the full game went over, though. Yeah, there was just a barrage of scoring after the 5th inning where 12 runs were scored in the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. Wow. Philly run line lost. They were up 3-0 and then gave up 6 unanswered, tied it up, and then lost in the 9th, or lost in the bottom of the 10th. So that was fun. Cleveland -1, -136 was a winner. First 5 under 4. Could have easily, with Cincinnati, San Fran could have easily been a winner. But they scored 5 runs in the bottom of the 5th. So that was extremely frustrating there. KC, LA, first 5 under 4.5, winner there. Seattle run line, winner. Padres money line. They win the series again against the Dodgers. They've won both series so far against the Dodgers, and they split the one in Seoul. Florida -1 pushed. Mets money line, never in doubt. Brandon Nimmo game-winning home run at the end of there. That was awesome to see. Edmonton -1, -128 was a loser as well. So that was not a fun way to end the night. But it is what it is. Hey, welcome. So overall positive day for me yesterday.
Okay, cool. Positive day on the site too, up 3.87 units. And I will say big thanks to pretty much all the hockey, NBA, and NHL. NBA, MLB, hockey, NHL, all were about break even. Why we were profitable? Soccer. All right, let's do it. The under in the Man U game was a winner. Man U plus 1.25 was a winner. Minnesota Twins money line was a winner. The under in the Houston game was looking good. It was 0-0 at the end of 5. Then shit hit the fan.
Under was easy. Yeah.
So that was not fun. Philadelphia run line was a loser. Cleveland run line was a winner. Seattle run line was a winner. San Diego money line was a winner. Seattle Sounders money line against the Portland Timbers in the MLS. Winner plus 151. Nice one there. Both your hockey plays lost. Vancouver beat Edmonton, and Florida won 3-2. But the probably the best game of the day, we're heading back to Denver, and it's tied up at 2. You got to love it. All the people who said the Nuggets were dead, me included. But I was doing it more of a try to reverse something. But anyways, I'm so happy. Now they're back to having home court advantage, and hopefully we could put away the T-Wolves. But
now I'm looking back at that. I'm like, damn it, when they were down 2-0, I really should have grabbed some futures on the Nuggets.
They were like plus 400.
No. Meaning to win the West and to win the NBA Finals. They were like, when they were down 2-0, I think they were like 8-1 and like 18-1 or something along those lines to win the West and to win the Finals. And if Jamal Murray plays that way, the way he did last night, this team could beat Boston.
I think they still can. If you want you could have gone what plus 400 for the Nuggets down 2-0. Now they're minus 160 to win the series.
Yeah, I have plus 110 that I got after they went down 1-0.
There you go. But no, definitely fun to see last night. Although I fell asleep about halfway through the game, which kind of sucked. But I ended up waking up for like the last 5 minutes, so that was nice. Did you see Joker's dunk?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That was fun. But yeah, no. Ultimately, it was a good day yesterday. Hopefully, we can have another good day today. Yep. Do you want to go say hi to the chat while I gotta put my NBA plays up on the site and all that good stuff.
Yep. Josh coming in saying New York Rangers money line. I cannot agree more. We will get into that. We'll get into that. That's the first game we will. What's up? What's good, Markel? Besser, 2 goals, 1 assist. JT Miller, 3 assists. Lindholm, 2 goals. Yes, I know. That was not a fun game for me last night. The Western Conference is becoming a big problem for me, and the Eastern Conference is looking as good as it can. But yeah, I need the Avalanche and the Oilers to step up. And I think the only thing that in my head that the Oilers losing last night does is give us a better number to bet them to win the series now. I still think they're the better overall team, and now you'll probably get like a pick 'em with the Oilers to win the series. So I kind of want to take a look what that is real quick before we move on. Not to win the Stanley Cup outright. By the way, Tim, can you take a guess who the Stanley Cup favorite is right now?
Rangers.
And it's not the Rangers. They're plus 350. There's one team above them right now.
Stars. Oh, Panthers.
There you go. The Panthers are plus 275 to win the Stanley Cup. Let's see. Where's series futures? To win series. Here we go. You can get, well, if you like the Hurricanes, you can get plus 475 to win the series. The Avalanche are plus 200. Yikes. Pick them. You can get minus 115 for the Oilers to win the series. I'll probably grab some of that after last night's loss. I will look for them to bounce back in Game 4. I will be betting them Game 4.
Okay.
Why is it not clicking? Is it not? Oh, there we go. There we go. Now it's clicking. I hit Panthers and Canucks. There you go. Splash Brother. Yeah. Did you see that buzzer beater 3 by Murray at the end of the first half?
And then look at the desk. Yeah.
Yep. And then Orioles money line for EQ. I know Tim will probably agree with that because
I guess.
Let's get into this one here. We've had some interesting line movement as well in this game, Tim. And for I believe, let me get the. God damn it! I need to get the line history up again here. Because we have the New York Rangers and the Carolina Hurricanes. Game 5 back in Madison Square Garden. It feels like the Hurricanes are kind of lucky that we have a Game 7 coming or a Game 5 coming up here. In this one here, line opened up at around a minus 116-ish for the Hurricanes. It's down to a 104. The Rangers now minus 108, which means for the first time this series, where the Rangers lead 3-1, the Rangers are favorites. Line opened up at a 5.5 minus 101. It's now a 5.5 minus 108. So we've had to move towards the over here as well, which I kind of agree with the over here in this game. And I'm actually very interested to see what a team total over for the Rangers would be in this game. They've scored at least 3 goals in every game so far this series. Actually, so far in the playoffs, they've scored at least 3 goals. We have 72% of tickets, 73% of cash is on the Rangers. They've gone from dog to favorite, so that makes sense. 94% of tickets, 95% of cash is on the over, and the line's moving towards that over as well. And this has just been a series that's been dominated by the Blue Shirts. Carolina squeaked out the win yesterday, or last game, where they went up 3-1, and after they went up after they went up 3-1 in that game in the first period, you look periods 2 and 3, they were massively outclassed, outplayed, outshot by the New York Rangers. The Rangers were the better team for the majority of that game. It was one of the worst games that Shesterkin's had all series, and the Canes were lucky to get out of there with a win and force a Game 5. They needed a power play goal with 3 minutes to go in the game in order to make it out of there. I'm not concerned for the New York Rangers in one bit of the slightest. Now, after tonight's game, hopefully the Rangers win, and I could say goodbye to the Rangers and say it's time to hunt in the Eastern Conference Finals. That's what I'm kind of hoping for is the Panthers take care of business tomorrow, the Rangers take care of business today, and we start the series on Sunday for the Eastern Conference Finals, where I'll be very invested in the Florida Panthers to win that series. And for me in this game, I think that the Rangers finally being at least a pick'em says something. I look for the Rangers to close out the series today. It's been fun, Carolina, but I think this is the end of the season for you, and I'm hoping for a Patino post tonight, a Patino game post tonight, with I don't know who yet, not walking through the door for Carolina. So I'm on the Rangers. I got him at even money yesterday.
Well, I got a fun name you could use, but I still have Carolina. I still have Carolina futures. So I'm still gonna hope out that Carolina can make a big comeback here. Am I betting hockey playoffs right now? Very little. I'll be honest, very little. I've been writing out futures, and I've just been kind of just dialing into NBA more than anything. I'm rooting for the Canes still this series. I have them winning the cup still at 950. If they lose the series, the only team I'll have left is the Dallas Stars. So my futures have not been good. That's not guaranteed yet, but I'll be rooting for the Canes.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
Back to the chat.
Yeah, well, I kind of want to take a look at what the team total for the Rangers is in this game, and I might add that. I'm mad I didn't add it last game because if I would have added their team total, I would have added the Avalanches as well, and then it would have split out. But okay, they're finally juicing it correctly because last game it was like minus 109. Actually, that makes sense. They were on the road and they were dogs, and now it's minus 135 range. Okay, so it doesn't look like I'll be getting to the Rangers team total here. All right. Nick, Oilers in 6 or 7? I'm probably gonna say 7. I can see the Canucks stealing one more game, and getting it to be a 7-game series. I could definitely see that. Canucks money line, Gensel, Aho goal. Good luck. Canes in 7. Mm-hmm. And you don't even need to lay a puck line. You can take the money line. You don't have to lay a puck line. By the way, if the Rangers are leading heading into the third period, and I know I've probably said this plenty of times during the NHL playoffs, and I'll continue to harp on it, overs, live overs. Rod Brind'Amour, if the Carolina Hurricanes are down heading into the third period, are going to be more aggressive pulling the goaltender. And that's where you can get live team total overs for the Rangers. Maybe, I know I heard somebody mention a prop, I believe that's on BetMGM or something along those lines, for an empty net goal to be scored tonight. And you can even bet specifically for a Rangers empty net goal to be scored tonight. So there's other ways you can do it there. So yeah. Who's your Stanley Cup finalist? I'm taking Rangers and Stars. My futures that I have would say Panthers and Avalanche. Panthers and Avalanche. Those were my two teams coming into the playoffs. And we'll get into said Avalanche here, which are down 2-1 in the series now after a frustrating Game 3 loss, which was basically the Jake Ottinger game. Because nothing else for the Stars was really working in that game other than Jake Ottinger. That was I don't want to say a pure domination by the Avalanche. It's just nothing would go in. Line opened up around a 136. It's still a 136. Line opened up at a 6.5 at plus 109. It's now a 6.5 at even money. So we've had a move towards the over. We've had a move towards And we've had no move on the side. 67% of tickets, 54% of the cash is on the Avalanche in this game. We have 84% of tickets, 79% of cash on the over as well. And the line moving towards the over in this game. I've moved on the Avalanche already. With the Avalanche here, I'm going to challenge Jake Ottinger to be Superman again because I need to take a look at what the advanced numbers were in that last game. Because when you look at what the Avalanche did last game, they should have easily won that game. They outshot them 29-21. Unfortunately, they went 0 for 1 or 0 for 3 on the power play. In that game, which was kind of what cost them a little bit as well, because the power play has really been cooking. They haven't scored a power play goal since game 1 though. You look at the high danger chances that they had as well. There was plenty of them in that game, and if it wasn't for Jake Ottinger, we'd probably be looking at a 6-4 type of Dallas or type of Colorado win from last game. It was just one of those that your goalie can steal you a game sometimes, and that's exactly what we had from them last game. I'm on the Avalanche here. I got him at -134 the other night, and for me, and for Dallas, I mean, you can't go back to Dallas down 3-1 in the series. That's just digging your own grave there. I look for the Avalanche to step up here in this game. If you're looking for props, I mean, Rantanen, McKinnon, McCarr, I won't talk you. Nichushkin is another great one. I wouldn't talk you off of. But I'm on the Avalanche here. I look for them to bounce back in this game and tie up the series heading back to Dallas.
Yeah, you already know I'm on the opposite side. And I have Dallas from preseason 14-1 to win the cup. So that's kind of the only future I still have alive. So I'm going to be on Dallas in this game. I'm not going to be betting it. I just will have Dallas part of my – I'm just going to be writing up my futures. So both my futures are going tonight, Carolina, Dallas. Hopefully we can get at least one of them to win a game.
I hope neither do.
Okay.
But
go back to the chat, finish the hockey, and then once we get to the NBA, I'll go to the chat.
All right, let's take a look here. If the Avs win tonight, then I'll take an Avs, Rangers Avs. I like the Panthers to beat the Rangers though. I think it'll be a 6-7 game series, but I think the Panthers are the best team in hockey right now. And just when you look at not only the way the Panthers have been playing, but arguably they've had the toughest strength of schedule, I think, in the playoffs so far. Other than you can make the argument Dallas playing Vegas and Colorado is a freaking gauntlet as well. But you had to play Tampa Bay in the first round, and they demolished them. And then Boston's a pretty freaking good team too, who only finished a point behind the Panthers this year. And you've played them pretty damn well as well. This is just a Panthers team that I think is playing like the best team in hockey, and I get it. The Rangers have been looking awesome as well. They play the Capitals in round 1, which statistically speaking, was the worst playoff team we've seen in over 20 years, just in goal differential and just overall talent wise as well. And then the Carolina Hurricanes, we've seen them lay duds in later rounds, like the Buffalo Bills, for years and years and years and years and years. And I just don't think the Hurricanes are just that type. But so, yeah, Rangers have been awesome as well. I think the Panthers have been the best team in hockey. Avs money line and over 6.5 at +247. I like it. I think if the Avalanche win tonight, they're going to put up at least 4 goals because that's just the way they've been playing. That last game was the only game that they haven't put up at least 3 goals. McKinnon 2 points, McCarr 2 points, Avs money line +340. Love it. Huge shout out. I don't even know how to say that. How do you say the name here? MD? Thanks, MD. Dude. Denver over. Awesome. Yeah, I mean that Now, Tim, my ultimate question with that series is, do we look at an under in Game 5? Because I think we see Denver unders in Denver and then overs in Minnesota. And I think the reason why we see more unders in Denver is the opposing teams understand the altitude problems.
Well,
and
can
they
I
don't
say?
push the pace as much. They don't push the pace.
Yes and no. And the only reason why I'm going to say yes and no, I look at game 1 and 2. What happened game 1 and 2? Denver
couldn't shoot worth a lick.
Poorly. And then the last two games in Minnesota, that's how Denver plays. Like, that is the Denver offense, not game 1 and game 2. And then they figured out how to, I would say they figured out how to slow down Anthony Edwards, but Anthony Edwards still went for 44 points last night.
I was going to say, he had an awesome game. The Timberwolves losing last night, the Timberwolves losing last night was not the fault of Anthony Edwards whatsoever.
No, it is not.
He was awesome last night.
He was something else. But they figured out a way to
be a menace.
Yeah. They figured out a way to slow down the other players on that team. And that's huge right there. So I don't know if I can necessarily say a under in Denver, because if Denver is going to keep shooting really well, I don't really see it. I'll be on Denver game 5 for sure.
I think all the momentum's with Denver now, which I love.
They're minus 4.5, so I'll take Denver game 5.
Okay.
Chicken nuggets repeat. Man, I hope so. I'm hoping to see Oklahoma City versus Denver in the Western Conference Finals, so I'm guaranteed at least one of my teams in the finals that I have futures for. Yes, MD. Let's get it. All right. Yeah, okay. That's how we say it. Yes, it's MD. Cool. McKinnon, goal to assist, over 4.5 shots, Avs money line. Good luck. Let's head to the NBA, Nick.
Yeah, let's get into it here. We have the Boston Celtics and the Cleveland Cavaliers. We got the bounce back game that we were looking for Boston in Game 3 there, or that I was leaning towards, because I didn't pull the trigger on Game 3, but I was leaning first half Boston, if anything. Line opened up at an 8 here. It's still an 8, so we've had no line movement on this side. Line opened up at a 209.5. It's down to a 207, so we have a move towards the under. We've had no move on the side. Let's take. I accidentally X out of my Action Network. Let's let's recover this one here, so we can switch this over to the NBA. This is the fun of doing things live. There we go. 57% of the tickets, 54% of the cash is on the Cavaliers. Or, my bad, the Celtics and the line not moving. 93% of the tickets, 93% of cash on the over with the line dropping. And for me in this game, I mean, I think the only way I would look is the under in this game. This Cavs team, they've put up a decent run so far, but this is a team that's, I think, maybe potentially running on fumes. Because this team has played basically every other day. They played on the 3rd, the 5th, the 7th, the 9th, and now they're playing the 13th. So, and then on the flip side, I think this is where Boston can take over in this series, unfortunately for you, Tim, because Boston, they had 6 days off in between Miami and Cleveland. And Cleveland went right into it, which maybe earlier in the series could have been where Cleveland could have taken advantage, because they were they were already in the rhythm of playing every other day. I think this is where this can hurt the Cleveland Cavaliers later in the series here. I have no interest in betting this game at all. I think Boston continuing to be 8-point favorites on the road, 9-point favorites on the road, like 10-point favorites on the road, like they were in the first series against Miami, I think tells you something on how strong this Boston Celtics team is. I think this is the best Celtics team we've seen in a very long time. And I know it's not rocket science to say that they have a very good chance at winning the title this year. I have no interest in this game whatsoever. This is a pass here.
I mean, I'm already going to go on Cleveland. I'm going to ride this one out until it dies, because I have Cleveland 800 to win the series, 18-1 to win the East, and 33-1 to win the whole entire thing. The 18 and the 33 are from mid-season. when they were part of that. Then when they were having a really nice run, I jumped on them. And this is still a team I think can make still win the series. It's only 2-1. I think if they win tonight, tie it up, they could take another game in Boston. I feel like they can. And this is a Cleveland team that I still think is very dangerous, especially if you get that Donovan Mitchell game. So I think he's going to have a big game. So if you're going to take Cleveland plus the points, maybe if you want to add a little bit of Mitchell points in there too, go right ahead. I like Cleveland still. I got 8 at even money, so sign me up for Cleveland.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking pretty. You're not looking pretty, but you're looking better. Cleveland wins tonight, and now all of a sudden you have 8-1 on a best of 3 series, basically.
So, yep. Who you got for college baseball? I do not believe there's any college baseball games today. I can go and look real quick, but I do not believe there's any college baseball games at the moment. College baseball.
I'm scared to see how much they're going to drop in the rankings. ECU
13th.
13th.
There's 3 games today, and 2 of them are a doubleheader between Bucknell and Army, and another one is a Pac-12 game between Stanford and Cal.
Ooh.
So no, I don't have anything tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll have some plays because there's a lot of good midweek games. Coastal hosts Clemson, ECU and Campbell. UNCW hosts UNC. Wake Forest and Liberty could be fun. Georgia Tech and Mercer could be fun. Auburn and Samford could be fun. Yes, I'm looking at college baseball.
My first thoughts when you're telling me all those games, I don't really bet that much college baseball like that. I'm interested in the Sea Chickens tomorrow. I'm interested in W.
Sea Chickens. And then Old Miss is heading to Southern Miss. That could be a really good game. But no, I just off of a quick glance, I always like betting the small schools. So that's just my opinion. But we'll see how it goes. Stetson is hosting Florida State. Could be fun. By the way, yeah, Nick, they dropped to 13th and for D1. Taking Celtics. Good luck. Have fun. I mean, by the way, yes, Celtics Nuggets is probably a good look for the finals. Cavs money line. I like it. Avalanche and plus points with the Oklahoma City Thunder and plus points with Cavs parlay. I like it. I'm going to put a stack on Rangers for the Cup. I'm not going to talk you off of it. Celtics money line live bet if you can get it cheap enough, you know. Taking a break, taking too much lumpings lately, my guys. It's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
What's up, fellas? Boston first half and the Cavaliers team total under. I'm on the Cavs, so I'm not going to do. My book only offers playoff college baseball.
College baseball is awesome.
Betting college baseball is playoff college baseball is even better.
But we'll do a show for that probably.
Yeah. Once regionals and stuff gets announced, yes, I'll at least do a show for it.
Regional futures and things like that. Yep.
Garland over points. Sure. Yes. So let's head to the second game.
This one's caught my attention a little bit because I'm seeing market movements, and you gotta let me know because this line opened up at a 2.5 on May 11th. So I think that may have been before the game started.
Probably.
I don't know. And then on May 12th, it was 1.5. Now we're down to a 1. So we've had a decent movement towards the Oklahoma City Thunder in this game. Line opening up at a 214.5. It got down to a 213. Now we're seeing 215.5. So we've had a move towards the over. We've had a move towards the Thunder here in this game. We have 25% of the tickets and 58% of the cash is on the Thunder money line. So big, sharp money coming in on OKC in this game. And then we have 33% of the tickets and 41% of the cash on the spread for OKC as well. And the line moving towards OKC. I am extremely interested in the Thunder here. And I think I want to go back to what I was on with them last game. Because I'm kind of interested to see the way the first half has moved in this game. Because it opened up at a 1 and now it's a half. Okay. So the line's moved towards OKC in the first half as well. I think I want to move on this first half full game like I did in game 3. Where I did cash the first half with the Thunder, I lost the full game. for that one there. And I think I would like to go back to that here. We have a Thunder team that maybe this is where they get bounced. And for me, I threw together a 4-teamer just to have some fun with the playoffs. I put the Mavericks to win the series. I had the Mavericks, the Nuggets, the Knicks, and the Celtics. Those were the 4 I put into it pre-series just to have fun with it. Actually, I got the Nuggets at even money. But I threw like $5 at it just to have fun and sweat something out for basically every game. I don't agree with my Mavericks pick anymore, and I know they're up 2-1, and maybe this is some Thunder series props. I think they can tie it up heading back to OKC, regain, steal this one in Dallas, regain the home court advantage again in this series, and then win 2 out of 3 to end the series and move on to play hopefully Denver in the Western Conference Finals. So I think now is a great time if you're looking for some OKC to win the series type of future.
Plus 170.
Plus 170.
Yes.
If you like them to win this game, the Thunder, I would take a position on them to win the series as well. If you like them here, and I'm going to move on the Thunder in this game, first half and full game, for this matchup, and that'll be my only action in the NBA today. Is Thunder. So I'm going to be on OKC here.
Yep. Once again, I know I keep mentioning it, but I like to bring up some things. This is still a Thunder team that I got an 80-1 ticket on to win the entire thing. So yeah, and the only way I want to lose this Thunder 80-1 ticket is by Denver beating them. That's the only reason I want to lose this. If they play anybody else, I want them to obviously run the tournament. But this is a Thunder team that I was high on coming into the year, and I'm really happy that they're as good as they are, because it looks good. Now they're down 2-1. I do think I do think that this is obviously a must-win game, but I think it goes back to Oklahoma City 2-2. I think a lot of these series, I think all 4 series could be 2-2 after these games. So this is once again a Thunder team that I really like. So I'm going to keep jumping on them. Thunder to win tonight, and I still have Thunder to win a bunch of stuff.
There you go. I have jumped on the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight. I'm on the first half at even money, the full game at even money as well, and I'll probably add them to win the series here. At around that plus 170 range. I'll probably be looking to do that.
Sounds good. Right on. Let's go back to the chat. Thunder Buddies. Oh, hold on. Do we have Thunder Buddy, right?
We do have it. Yeah.
Thunder Buddies for life, right, Johnny?
Fucking right.
All right, come
on. Thunder Buddies for life. Let's get it. On the Mavs money line. No. Mavs, no. Mavs, no. Oklahoma City. There you go. Let's keep on rolling. Hey, Nick, do you want to see me bet a Blue Jays game?
Oh, about time, right?
This will be the third Blue Jays game I bet all year? Fourth Blue Jays game?
Yeah, you fade Mano and you bet him after the no-hitter, right?
Yeah, I'm 3-0 in Blue Jay games. I'm 3-0 in Blue Jay games.
Yeah, then why you should bet him more. You're getting them right this year.
Cool.
All right, let's get into it here. We have the Baltimore Orioles and the Toronto Blue Jays. With the Blue Jays, Orioles minus 160 favorites. I'm getting a knock at my door. I'll be right back.
Okay. Hello and welcome to Tim Bets the Baltimore Orioles every single day. The Orioles are minus 160 with a total of 8. And let's pull up the pitching matchup, which is going to be Corbin Burns taking on Jose Barrios. The Blue Jays are on a little bit of a skid right now. They've lost 7 out of their last 10 games. They just lost a series to Minnesota, split against Philly, lost a series against Washington, lost a series against Kansas City, lost a series to the Dodgers, and they're going to probably lose this series as well. I obviously, you guys know what I do, and I will apologize. I didn't post out until later on, and I noticed after like the third inning that I forgot to post my Orioles everyday post yesterday. So I posted it up of what I bet it at. I just forgot to post it because there was no show. I got thrown off a little bit. And I'm grading it now. So everything is still going to be updated. I just gotta finish doing this now. Today is day number 40, and let me figure out exactly. I know they lost yesterday, so 26-13 up 6.15, and then the run line is 21-18 up 11.9. So still running strong with the Orioles every single day. Let's keep on riding, Nick. Orioles money line, or it would be money lines. What, -160? Let's see. The way I do it is I go onto the Picks and Parleys site, and whatever the best line I can get, that's what I use. -170 for their money line, and +125 for the run line. So there you go.
-170 for their money line, really?
I see 170. Well, I see a 172 on Picks and Parleys, but I round down so the numbers are all even.
Fair.
Or sometimes I'll round up, but I'm not. But it's closer to 170 than 175. Huh?
I was going to say refresh that because I'm seeing 165 on BetOnline. Line opened up at a 160. I'm seeing 165 now on BetOnline. It did get up to 173 though. Line opened up at an 8 at -115. It's down to an 8 at -102. So we've had a movement towards the under. We've had a movement towards the Orioles. 87% of the tickets, 97% of the cash is on these Baltimore Orioles. 75% of the tickets and 64% of the cash is on the over, with the line moving towards the under. That immediately piques my attention here. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here. We get a good pitching matchup for this season so far. Corbin Burnes and Jose Barrios. We have Barrios the last 30 days, 3.77 ERA, 1.12 WHIP, 7.53 strikeouts per nine, which is 20%, 3.14 walks per nine, a 240 BABIP, a 4.87 FIP, and a 4.34 SIERA. On the flip side, Corbin Burnes, 3.41 ERA, 1.10 WHIP, 8.38 strikeouts per nine, which is 23%, 3.1 walks per nine, a 240 BABIP, a 4.12 FIP, and a 3.75 SIERA. Bullpen edge going towards the Baltimore Orioles. Hitting edge is none. Both these teams, 93 WRC plus versus right-handed pitching in the last 30 days. So both these teams have been subpar or below average against right-handed pitching as of late. And the Orioles have kind of dominated the series against the Blue Jays as of late. 2 in a row. They've won 3 of the last 4, 6 of the last 8, and 7 of the last 10 against these Toronto Blue Jays. And I think we're getting up towards the territory where I believe around I don't know. I think it starts around 180. Potential for a cash cow. And I think the Orioles could potentially be that today. And one thing that we've kind of seen with Jose Barrios this year is his numbers have been really good. But if you look down underneath with the advanced analytics, he may be the luckiest pitcher in baseball. Jose Barrios. And we finally saw it last game where he got lit up in his last start against the Philadelphia Phillies. He went 3 2/3 innings, and he gave up like 8 runs. And that's why his ERA is skyrocketed. Yeah, he gave up 8 earned runs on 7 hits. He still struck out 7 in that game in 3 2/3 innings pitched. So his strikeouts are still way up. I can only look Baltimore in this game, personally. They're a little too public for me at the moment, but if they get up into that cash cow range, I'll be a little bit more interested in them.
Cool. We get to put up the Baltimore Orioles today. Yes, Baltimore Orioles every single game. Welcome to day number 40 of betting the Orioles every single day. -165 for the money line, +120 for the run line. Their money line this year is 26-13, up 6.15. Their run line is 21-17. 21-18. Shoot, I messed that up. It's 21-18 because it's got to equal 39 games. I can edit it. No, I can't edit it. All right.
You have to have you have to be verified in order to do that.
Yes. So now I got to fix it here. 21-18, up 11.9. So overall, this experiment is up 18.05 units, which very nice. I love seeing it, considering that if you're betting $100 units, that's $1,800 at the moment betting the now granted it is 2 units per game, but betting the Orioles every single day. Keep on riding it. Day number 40.
There you go.
Back to the chat for a minute.
Oh, okay.
I'll
Let's
be 2
see.
seconds.
Nuggets NBA champs, Rangers and Stars NHL finals. Hopefully not Rangers and Stars. Panthers and Avalanche. Hopefully Panthers and Avalanche. Tim doesn't bet the AL Central games either. Fair. I'm a Jays fan. Jays fan. They are pathetic this year. Orioles will crush my Jays tonight. I could definitely see that. I'm very interested in the O's. Might tail those O's money line -65. I'd run line them. Besides betting the Orioles every time, do you also like the matchup against Burns? I don't bet the Orioles every time. I know Tim does. Yeah, I really like Burns against Berrios. Burns is somebody who has been good and he's pitching about what he's expected to do. Berrios has been pitching way over his head. And I think I think I might just end up betting Baltimore -1 in this game. I think I might just take that when Tim comes back. I'll probably just grab some Baltimore -1. Wow, that's up to 175 now. Holy crap, this line's moved. It'd be 175 and 125 over on ESPN Bet, which would be -122. Okay, I'm a little tempted in that. Don't know if I'm going to pull it yet. No value on the O's. Yeah, they're kind of expensive. Any player props, total bases? Mountcastle, maybe? I feel like he's always had pretty decent success against the Blue Jays. Yeah. Orioles is sweeping the fuck-ass Blue Jays. There you go. First 5, -1.5. All right. Definitely value in a parlay O's money line. Fair. Berrios 10-1 versus Baltimore, if anyone cares. Wow. I did not know that. I'm gonna just keep it as a lean. I think Baltimore. I don't have great success betting Baltimore games, so I'm just gonna leave it as a lean. It's only right that the line's moved. Yeah, I just didn't expect it to move 20 cents in front of my face. I will move on this game though, and this will be a -1 line for me. The Detroit Tigers and the Miami Marlins in this next game. Tigers -165 favorites, total of 8.5 in this one. Let's take a look at the line history here between Matt Manning and Sixto Sanchez, with the line opening up at 160 for Detroit. It's now 165, so we've had to move towards Detroit. Line opened up at an 8.5 even money. It's now an 8.5 -126. We'll move towards the over and a move towards the Tigers here. 86% of the tickets, 97% of the cash on the Tigers here, 75% of the tickets, 85% of the cash on the over. Sixto Sanchez and Matt Manning. Sixto Sanchez is not going to get you very far in this game. I believe he's just been. I don't think they've really stretched him out yet, right?
Not many, no.
His last appearance was 4 innings. They're starting to stretch him out a little bit here. He went 4 innings in back-to-back starts against the Rockies and the Athletic. Wow, what quality of competition this guy's faced. He's not going to get you very far in this game, maybe 4 innings. He has a 6.59 ERA, 1.61 whip, 7.24 strikeouts per nine, which is 18%, 3.95 walks per nine, and 357 BABIP, a 4.26 FIP, and a 4.52 SIERA. On the flip side, Matt Manning, 6.35 ERA, 1.41 whip, 11.12 strikeouts per nine, which is 28%, 3.18 walks per nine, a 310 BABIP, a 5.19 FIP, and a 3.39 SIERA. Bullpens are about even. And the hitting edge does go towards the Tigers, 89 WRC plus, which is 22nd, compared to 88, which is 24th. So not a huge advantage in this game. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab Tigers -1 in this game. It's just continuation of the Marlin fade. So, and I'm seeing the best available line here over on ESPN Bet, which it's 170 and plus 125. So -120 for the -120 for the Tigers -1 here.
was about to say, why are you breaking down this entire game, all the stats, when we know we're just going to be betting the Tigers and fading the Marlins like we do every single game? I already put it up before I put it up when we were talking when I put up the NBA plays, because I knew that's what we do. We bet them. We fade the Marlins every single game, and that's all we do. So I'm going to just keep on riding with that. I believe fading them this year was it 2 games there? So 29-13. Yeah, I'm going to keep fading this Marlins team. Sign me up for the Detroit Tigers today. And then do you know who the Marlins get next after the series?
The Mets.
The Mets.
Nice.
There you go. Where did you leave off, Nick?
Let's see. It was that one.
Pause. No, we're not. Nope, not doing that. I third it. Sneaky over. It could be an over. Yeah. No doubt or no brainer. There you go. All right, Nick. This is the beginning of a 4-game series in New York.
Yeah, this is a very important series for the Mets going forward. I mean, you're at home against the Phillies. Phillies minus 125 favorites, total of 7.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here. We have Christopher Sanchez and Sean Manaea. With the Phillies opening up as a minus 120 favorite, it's now a minus 112. So we do have a line move towards the Mets here in this game. Line opening up at an 8 at even money, and it went down to a 7.5. It's still in that 7.5. So a move towards the under, a move towards the Mets in this game here. 73% of the tickets and 85% of the cash is coming in on the Phillies, the line moving towards the Mets, and 98% of the tickets, 98% of the cash on the over, with the line moving towards the under. So the public on the Phillies, the public on the over, with the line moving towards the Mets and the under, suggests to me that Sean Manaea has a good start here. Now, would I like to back Manaea? Yeah. He's been what we expect him to be. He's going to go out there every 5 days. He's going to give you 5 innings of 3-run baseball, something along those lines. He's not going to be a Cy Young winner, but he's not going to be a complete garbage can. Christopher Sanchez has been awesome this year. 2.67 ERA, 1.41 WHIP, 8.33 strikeouts per nine, which is 21%. 3.67 walks per nine, a 3.25 BABIP, but a 3.01 FIP and a 3.41 SIERA. On the flip side, Sean Manaea has been great. All right, not great. He's been okay. 4.44 ERA, 1.68 WHIP. I was looking at somebody else's numbers. 6.29 ERA, 6.29 strikeouts per nine, which is 15%. 5.55 walks per nine. He definitely needs to get those walks down. A 3.21 BABIP, a 4.14 FIP, and a 5.69 SIERA. Bullpen edge does go towards the Mets, but the hitting edge is a massive one towards the Phillies. The Mets have really struggled versus left-handed pitching as of late. They're 28th in baseball at the 58 WRC+. Now, granted, I don't believe their sample size is huge against lefties. It's 207 at-bats when the average is, mid-200. So nothing, I mean, it's nothing crazy. I mean, it's a decent enough sample size against lefties to really have an idea. And they've not been hitting lefties really that well. And the Phillies have been hitting lefties really well. 127 WRC+, which is 7th in baseball. This market tells me, though, that they expect Manaea to go out there and have a good start. And I could see this being a little bit of a slow starting game with the Mets offense a little bit. Because, number one, they don't hit lefties. Number two, they just had the Sunday Night Baseball game. But they didn't travel. So usually we like to fade the team that travels, which would be the Atlanta Braves. So, which actually I really like that Cubs matchup for them. With Showdown on the mound. I really like that. But kind of. I need to take a deeper look into it, but I would lean first 500 in this game if anything.
I'm not going to get to this game. This is a spot that Mets are just coming off the big emotional walk-off win by Mr. Brendan Nimmo. You love to see it. In the bottom of the ninth, and it could just be a complete letdown spot for him. That being said, this Mets team has struggled, and I don't really think you can have any letdown spots happen. But they're going up against Christopher Sanchez. Has been one of the best pitchers I would say one of the best pitchers in the National League, but he's probably not even the best pitcher on his team, which is concerning because, Zach Wheeler is still a thing. I would have to go Philly or nothing in this one. I would have to go Philly or nothing. I'm not going to get involved in this one. just because it's kind of just a weird spot. I want to see how these two teams, because also you look at it, Phillies, yes, 26-13. How many times have they played an opponent that's over 500? Let's look through. Atlanta, they lost 2 out of 3. All right, any other team that's over 500? They played Cincinnati, nope. Washington, nope. St. Louis, nope. Pittsburgh, nope. Colorado, nope. Chicago White Sox, nope. Cincinnati again, nope. San Diego, San Diego's 1 game over 500. Good for them. And Philly did sweep them. Angels, not over 500. San Fran, nope. Toronto, nope. And the joke of the Miami Marlins. So, arguably, you could say that this is Philly's toughest opponent
since the Braves.
Since the first weekend of the year.
Wow.
And it's I'm gonna stay off of this one.
It's the Mets. Wow. Okay. Me too. I'm staying off.
Marlins, their win last night was only Sunday loss. They're due to win. Yep. It's not all about the money, Spider-Man video clip. All right, you asked for it. Hold on. It should be up here. Where do you have that clip? There it is.
It's not always about the money, Spider-Man. It's about the Mets, baby. Love the Mets. All right, baby. Let's go. Get a home run, baby. Love the Mets. Let's go, Mets.
There you go. There's your thing. Phillies and a first 5 under. First 5 under. Can't trust the Mets. That's fair. Philly run line and Philly first 5. I understand going after Philly. It's a bad spot for the Mets, but let's keep on rolling, Nick.
And if you do like Philly, you take them first 5, not full game, because the bullpen edge is with the Mets. They're in that game. So
yes.
if you want the bullpen, but on the flip side, the batting edge is towards the Phillies. So whatever you value more for a full game. We move on to Fenway Park here in Boston, Massachusetts. The Boston Red Sox taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. This line opening up with the Red Sox as -110 favorites. It's down to a 108, so we've got a slight move towards Tampa in this game. Line opened up at an 8.5 at +105. It got down to an 8, but it's back up to an 8.5, and it's moved towards the over up to -118. So we've had to move towards the over, and we've had to move towards the Rays, expecting Crawford to get hit a little bit here. Let's take a look at the cash flow here in this spot, where we have 65% of the tickets, 66% of the cash is on the Tampa Bay Rays with the line moving towards them. Or on the over, my vote, with the line moving towards it. 73% of tickets, 98% of the cash is on the Red Sox with the line moving slightly towards the Rays in this game. So once again, the markets are kind of agreeing with that that Crawford might get hit in this game. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here. Zach Eflin, Cutter Crawford, 2.32 ERA the last 30 days for Eflin, 1.03 whip, 6.97 strikeouts per 9, which is 19%, 0.58 walks per 9, a 278 BABIP, a 306 FIP, and a 3.74 SIERA. So he's been pretty good. On the other side, Crawford's been pretty good as well. 2.35 ERA, 1.14 whip, 8.22 strikeouts per 9, which is 22%, 2.05 walks per 9, a 299 BABIP, a 2.96 FIP, and a 3.95 SIERA. Bullpen edge does go towards the Red Sox. If you like the Rays, you take them early in this game, 100, and then the hitting advantage does go towards the Red Sox as well, 105 WRC plus, which is 11th compared to 97, which is 14th. I'm very interested in Tampa early in this game. That would be my look in this spot. I kind of want to take a look if the first 5 is moving towards Tampa as well, and it is. It's moved 7 cents in the direction of Tampa. I'm interested in the Tampa Bay Rays in the first 5 innings in this game, and I'm probably going to add Tampa first 5 to my card here.
I mean, you know how much I like Zach Eflin, but I don't really trust him on the road. Like his home road splits. Home, 2-1 with a 2.854 ERA. On the road, 0-3 with a 4.76 ERA. And he's pitched about the same amount of innings. So that's my one thing that I'm scared of. I actually like Boston in this game. This is a Red Sox team that obviously coming into the year I was high on. They took 2 out of 3 from Washington. Previous to that, they lost 3 in a row and 6 out of 7. But this is a Boston team that I do think is going to be consistent this year. They're over 500. They're exactly where I expected them to be, Nick. 3rd place in the division. And that's exactly where I expect them to finish the year, is 3rd place in the division. So I'm going to continue riding. I like the Boston Red Sox here. I'll take their money line at minus the 115.
And looking at this game, though, for me, I can see this as a game where the Rays lead after 5, but the Red Sox win the full game. Like, if you're looking at a double result in this game, Rays first 5, Red Sox full game could be a really nice payout. So yeah, I understand your look towards this, and I understand the Red Sox. I just took the first 5 with the Rays at minus 105. So I'm on the Rays first 5 here.
Okay, that's fine. Red Sox and the first 5 under. I could see both. Let's continue to this one, Nick, which we kind of hinted at earlier.
Yeah, and this is a pitcher that I've really liked backing this year, and Shota Amagana for the Chicago Cubs, taking on Ronaldo Lopez, who's also been very good this year for the Atlanta Braves. I don't know what they did with him, but he's been awesome this year. The Braves coming in off of the Sunday Night Baseball game where they had to travel after leaving New York last night. Line opened up at a 145. It got to a 147. It's down to a 142. So we've had a line move towards the Cubbies in this game here. Line opened up at an 8.5, and it's all the way down to a 7.5 in this game. So we've had a full run line movement towards the under, and we've had a slight move towards the Braves. 90% of the tickets and 79% of cash is on the Braves, with the line moving towards the Cubs. And this one here, 95% of the tickets, 95% of cash on the over, with the line dropping in this one as well. I don't like betting unders on games that have dropped a full run, personally, just because I feel like I've missed my line, but I can only look under in this game. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here. Shota Amagana taking on Ronaldo Lopez. Both these pitchers have been awesome this year. Amagana, 1.42 ERA, 0.95 whip, 8.81 strikeouts per 9, which is 25%. 1.42 walks per 9, 256 BABIP, but 2.91 FIP, and a 3.29 Sierra. On the flip side, Ronaldo Lopez has been awesome as well. 1.93 ERA, 1.20 whip, 9.64 strikeouts per 9, which is 26%, 3.47 walks per 9, a 283 BABIP, a 3.29 FIP, and a 3.73 Sierra. Bullpen edge does slightly go towards the Braves in this game. Hitting edge goes towards the Braves as well. 127 WRC plus, which is 6th, compared to 90 WRC plus, which is 20th for the Cubs against righties. The Braves are hitting lefties pretty well, but I kind of want to take a look back here, and I probably should be doing this more with some of the teams. When you look back at it, what lefties are these teams facing? Because you don't get much of a sample size with the lefties that they're facing. When you look at the Braves, they face Quintana, James Paxton. They face Logan Allen, Trevor Rogers, Ryan Weathers, Michael Lorenzen, Andrew Heaney, Jesus Luzardo, and that's the lefties they faced in the last month. This is the best lefty they've faced in the month. And arguably, you can make the argument that Shota Amagana is one of the better pitchers in baseball right now. He's been absolutely phenomenal. I would like to back the Cubs, and I would like to back the Cubs first 5. The full game worries me a little bit because the bats for the Braves, I think, could take over late, potentially, here. And we could see the Braves come back and win this game potentially. I'm interested in the Cubs early in this game. I'm getting the Cubs first 5 at plus 115. I will pull the trigger on that. Cubs first 5 plus 115. I don't hate the full game as well, and I don't hate the first 5 under as well in this game. That would be a lean for me as well as the first 5 under. But for me, I'm going to just go with the Cubs in the first 5 innings.
Yeah, no, I trust me. I really like Amagana. He's been a nice little moneymaker so far this year. Because he has been awesome. 41 innings pitched, 5 earned runs, 43 strikeouts. Like, what's slowing him down from saying that he could have a shot at winning the Cy Young this year? And his first year in the majors. And everybody was talking about Yamamoto. I think Shogai Yamagata is the best pitcher that come out of Japan over the offseason.
Absolutely.
And I think he's running away. He's 100% running away with National League Rookie of the Year. Not even close. So I'm going to keep backing
how dangerous does it sound, Tim, to have Shota Umagana as your game 1 starter in the playoffs? Like, that just sounds awesome.
It really does. Hey, that's a really nice thing to have. So yes, that's great.
I'm very, very interested, and these are preseason numbers. I'm trying to figure out whether or not I'm going to pull the trigger on it. I'm still very, very interested in having Cubs futures. I want to have Astros and Cubs futures going into it, and have a World Series Astros Cubs. And I think I might move on Cubs, National League, and World Series futures soon. This team, I want to see a little bit from them. I've seen enough from them to be interested in their futures. And I think I'm going to move on them. I'll probably bet this on Bovada so I can put the money in and forget about it type of thing. Bet it and forget it. Which I know probably the lines are worse on Bovada than they are on other books. But it's kind of my futures book. Just so like I can just put it in and forget about it and come back to it later type of thing. So I want to take a look here. A National League winner, 11-1. They're still 11-1 to win the National League, and they are 20-1 to win the World Series. I think they were 14-28 preseason. So I don't think the lines have moved too much away from it, where I'm overly worried about that. I'll probably be investing in Cubs futures soon.
Right on. Yeah, Cubbies money line. Let's run. Go Cubs, go. Yes, let's go Cubs, go today. Fly that W flag. Let's do it. I can see the Nerfy. Yes, I can see the Nerfy, but Braves take the game. No. Morning, gentlemen. Rough day yesterday. Looking to start this weekend on a bounce back. Hey, we'll get it. We'll get a bounce back. Let's do it. Rangers and Avs. I already know Nick's on both of those, so there you go. I like the Nerfy for the Cubs Braves. Sure. Going to pass on the side for Orioles. May not today. Not paying the Burns tax, maybe in the Nerfy, but road Barrios. That's fair. Fantastic to be here. We appreciate that. Let's jump into the next game.
Yeah, Pittsburgh Pirates, Milwaukee Brewers. The Brewers minus 145 favorites, totaled 8 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one. Here, Colin Ray and Mitch Keller line open up at a 120. It's up to a 142 now. So we've had a big movement towards the Brewers. Line opened up at an 8. It's up to an 8.5. So expecting Keller to get hit in this game. 66% of the tickets and 68% of the cash is on the over in this game. 84% of the tickets, 99% of the cash on the Brewers, explaining the line movement towards Milwaukee in this game. Mitch Keller and Colin Ray, your pitching matchup. Keller, 3.94 ERA, 1.19 whip, 7.59 strikeouts per nine, which is 21%, 2.53 walks per nine, a 273 BABIP, a 4.53 FIP, and a 3.96 ERA. On the flip side, Colin Ray, 3.95 ERA, 1.28 whip, 6.59 strikeouts per nine, which is 17%. 3.29 walks per nine, a 241 BABIP, a 5.28 FIP, and a 4.71 SIERA. So I do see a slight pitching edge towards Mitch Keller, but the lines are telling me that he gets hit today. Bullpen edge goes towards the Brewers in this game, kind of close. And then the hitting edge does go towards the Brewers pretty significantly here, 113 WRC plus, which is 7th in baseball against righties compared to the Pirates, who are 58 WRC plus, which is dead last against righties. So, I mean, for me, it's probably Brewers or nothing, but it's not a game I am interested in getting involved with. Maybe it's a Brewers team total. Kind of what that market's telling me is Brewers team total over, but it's not a play I'm getting involved with.
Oh, you said you lean Milwaukee. We're taking Milwaukee run line. This is a Pirates team that has just looked rough. Just not a team that I need to get involved. Like not a team that I want to bet on. They're a team that I want to avoid. Because after having a really, really good start to the season like they did last year, this team has fallen apart. And on the flip side, we get a Milwaukee team that I really like. They're coming off of winning 3 out of 4 against St. Louis. And once again, I'm high on this Brewers team. Granted, it was Corbin Burns getting traded, but I have a future for them to win the division. I have a future for them to win the World Series. So I am high on this Brewers team, to say the least. And they're currently sitting first place in the National League Central. So sign me up. I grabbed their run line at plus 152. So let's go Brewers plus 152 on the run line. Brewers money line. I took the run line. Marlins nerfing whoever they played. Yes, exactly. There you go. All-star Mitch Helen Keller, all the money on the Brewers. What could go wrong? I'm on the Brewers.
Why I stayed off, yeah.
Let's keep on rolling, Nick, to this matchup, which I'm going to get involved in. I know it sounds gross, but I'm going to.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm typing in the futures I just bet. I took the Cubs to win the National League at 11-1 and the win the World Series at 20-1. 0.4 units each. Just small stabs at the futures. I usually like having 2 teams I like to ride with. One from each league type of thing. So that'll be Cubs and Astros for me this year. Washington Nationals and Chicago White Sox. Nationals minus 130 favorites, total of 8.5 in this game. Let's get into the line history in this one here. Let's see, Natties, and we get Chris Flexen and Trevor Williams. Trevor Williams has been a nice, pleasant surprise for the Nationals this year.
Yes,
line opened up at a 115. It's already up to a 134. So we've had to move towards these Nationals. Line opened up at an 8.5 minus 120. It's down to an 8.5 minus 112. So we've had to move towards the under. We've had to move towards the Natties here, expecting Trevor Williams to pitch well. 68% of the tickets and 77% of the cash is on the over. The line moving towards the under tells me that he does pitch well. 70% of the tickets and 96% of the cash is on the Nationals. And the line's moved in their direction. Trevor Williams, 1.71 ERA, 1.06 whip the last 30 days. Awesome. 7.86 strikeouts per 9, which is 23%. 2.39 walks per 9, a 296 BABIP, but a 2.21 FIP, and a 3.62 SIERA. On the flip side, Chris Flexen, 3.6 ERA, 1.04 whip, 7.2 strikeouts per 9, which is 20%. 2.88 walks per 9, a 209 BABIP, but a 4.6 FIP, and a 4.40 SIERA. Bullpen edge does go towards the Washington Nationals in this game. Hitting edge goes towards the Natties as well. 91 WRC plus, which is 17th, compared to 76, which is 27th. So both these teams subpar against hitting right-handed pitching as well for this game here. And I'm going to look at this under. I'm going to look at the first 5 under in this game. I'm very interested in Williams pitching well. I can see the markets are pointing towards Flexen could also have a decent game here. You're getting a decent number, 4.5 at even money. I'm seeing on Bet365, and Fanatics is also offering the even money as well. I'm going to go over to Fanatics here and take the first 5 under 4.5 at even money.
I will be on a side in this game. It's going to be the Natties. This is Trevor Williams is a guy that I would like to back. And yes, as you mentioned, he's been a very nice surprise to this Nationals team so far this year. In 6 starts, he's allowed 8 earned runs in 36 innings. That's been pretty solid. Not to mention, the Nationals are 6-1 in his starts, which is really nice to see. This is a Nationals team that I know me and you we said they were not going to suck this year. And they're only a game under 500 at the moment. So we're sort of right now.
Compared to what a lot of people thought they were going to be, because I heard some people saying that they could be the worst team in baseball this year, and I was like, there's no way this is the worst team in baseball.
No, they are not the worst team in baseball.
The team they're playing may be the worst team in baseball.
The team they're playing are Miami, but I like the Nationals here. I want to grab their run line. Run line, they're on plus 125, 130. I can get a plus 130. Sign me up for some natty action today. You like the Nationals today? Because actually, that's one of my more favorite plays today.
I prefer the under. If I had to play a side, it'd be the Natties. If I had to, but I'd prefer the under.
All right, then we won't put it up. That's fine. Our boy Trevor Williams taking the Nerfy and the Nats money line. Yes. I like the under. I could see the under too. I'm not saying that. Nationals full game. What can I find for Nationals? What is the cheapest price I can get Nationals money line at? On the site 134. So no. I was gonna say maybe we could do Nationals in the under, but yeah. White Sox Guardian K-prop over 3.5 parlay. Good luck. Speaking of the Guardians.
Ooh, this is an interesting line here, real quick. Over on Pinnacle, which I do not have access to, so I wouldn't be able to bet this. First 5 team total for the White Sox, 1.5 under plus 125. Williams has a good first 5. Let's get into it here. And the Nationals bullpen has not been bad either, so that's fine. We have the Cleveland Guardians and the Texas Rangers. The Guardians pick 'em favorites on the road here in Texas. And the Rangers are coming in off of check notes, getting swept against the Colorado Rockies. Yikes. Line opened up at a 115 for the Rangers. It's now minus 105. And line opened up at an 8.5. It's now up to a 9. So we've had to move towards the over, and we've moved towards the Guardians in this game here, expecting Michael Lorenzen to get hit in this game a little bit. 72% of the tickets and 80% of the cash-ins on these Guardians are on the over, my bad, with the line moving towards the over. So that checks out. 69% of the tickets, nice, and 54% of cash on the Rangers. But yet the line moving towards the Guardians does pique my interest in Cleveland in this game. Tanner Bybee and Michael Lorenzen, your pitching matchup here. Bybee's been okay, and his advanced analytics suggests he should be even better. 4.39 ERA, 1.13 whip, 9.79 strikeouts per nine, which is 27%, 1.69 walks per nine, a 300 BABIP, a 3.61 FIP, and a 3.17 Sierra. On the flip side, Michael Lorenzen, 4.66 ERA, 1.34 whip, 7.14 strikeouts per nine, which is 19%. 4.34 walks per nine, a 263 BABIP, a 5.47 FIP, and a 4.75 Sierra. Bullpen edge does go towards the Cleveland Guardians in this game. And the hitting edge does go towards the Rangers in this game, where they have 102 WRC plus, which is 13th, compared to 88, which is 23rd for the Guardians. The only thing that they don't have in this game is the hitting edge. I understand why the Guardians are the pick 'em favorites in this game. Now we're starting to see some line. I'm seeing minus 105 over on Bet365. I noticed Bet365 is one of the better books for lines for me, which is kind of crazy because you would think that the book that offers the up 5 runs promo would not be one of the books that give you the best available lines, but they've been a book that I've kept a majority of my money out of all my books on Bet365 just because their lines are good too, and they have the one promo where you're up 5 runs, it's an automatic winner. Thanks for that. I cashed the Minnesota Twins the other day when they lost 10-8, but they were up 8-1. So I'm going to be on the Guardians in this game at minus 105. I like the Guardians here. I would like to fade the Rangers a decent amount going forward. And the problem with the Rangers right now is not the talent. I mean, they're not hitting as much as they did last year. Now, granted, they can easily turn that around. And this is a Rangers team that offensively can still be a very deadly baseball team. However, when you're having games being started by some of the pitchers they have in a rotation and Jack Leiter having to be thrown into spot starts, that's a problem for the Texas Rangers. And I don't know if it gets much better. I mean, they probably go out during the deadline and look for starting pitching, because are you really expecting DeGrom to come back and stay healthy? Are we really expecting Scherzer to come back and stay healthy? I think the pretty simple answer is no. Neither of those two pitchers the last couple of years have proven anything about being able to stay healthy. The Rangers, I think, are in a little bit of trouble. And yes, I understand there are a few games over 500. This team is going to fall apart. And I'm going to be on the Guardians here at minus 105. And I think the Texas Rangers flat out missed the playoffs this year. And I said that preseason that they missed the playoffs, and I think I'm sticking to my guns on that one. So yeah,
I'm right with you on Cleveland. This is a Texas team that is struggling, and there are still 2 games over 500, but they've lost 4 out of 5. And the one game that they've won in that stretch was a 12-11 game, which shows me they've got no pitching. Do you know who does have pitching? Cleveland. And at the end of the day, that's the type of game Cleveland plays. And I think Cleveland is going to continue to play well. I wouldn't hate a under in this game. I wouldn't hate an under in this game as well. Considering
Mark is
that
kind of telling me that we can see Lorenzen get hit a little bit here. I actually don't trust
maybe
Lorenzen.
Maybe a Texas team total under them. But Texas's offense is what that's what needs to step up. But with the pitching of Cleveland, I don't think they do. So I'm going to I'm on Cleveland for this one, Nick.
Yeah, I like it. I got Cleveland over on Bet365. Love that book. Not sponsored, but if it's available in your area down below, you can find out by the description down below. If you want to sign up for books, and that also will show you what DFS books are available to you as well in your location. So, and if you want to help support the ESP channel as well, down in the link in the description down below, I believe it's expert sign up. You can sign up in it, and we get kickbacks for every book that you guys sign up for. So if you want to help support the channel and add to your repertoire for books to bet on, so you can shop around, get the best available numbers, and know what books are available to you, down in the link description below. Expert sign up. We'll show you all the books you can get.
There you go. Boo, Chicago White Sox suck. Yes, they do.
They are such a bad baseball team this year.
Leaning Guardians but pass. White Sox and Nationals K props over 3.5. Okay. Lorenzen pitches for Texas. That is correct. Rangers. No, I'm not interested in the Rangers. Let's keep going to the next game, Nick.
Yeah. And this was one of the series that I had written down where the Astros are going to turn around their season. They've got to win this series. This line opened up at a 173. We're seeing 174 now. Line opened up at an 8.5. It got up to a 9, and it's back down to an 8.5, and it's moved slightly towards the under. So not a crazy line movement there for the total. 87% of the tickets, 94% of the cash on the over. The line moving slightly towards the under. 91% of the tickets and 83% of the cash is on the Astros. The line moving slightly towards them here in this one. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here, which we have Ross Stripling versus Spencer Arrighetti. We have Stripling, 4.88 ERA, 1.46 whip, 5.63 strikeouts per nine, which is 14%, 1.88 walks per nine, a 3.10 BABIP, a 4.16 FIP, and a 4.69 SIERA. On the flip side, Spencer Arrighetti, he struggled, but his advanced analytics suggest he should be slightly better. 6.38 strikeouts per nine, which is 6.38 ERA, which on a 1.80 whip. His strikeouts are just fine. 10.8 strikeouts per nine, which is 25%, one of the highest rates on the slate other than Matt Manning. 4.91 walks per nine, a 380 BABIP, a 5.39 FIP, and a 4.10 SIERA. Bullpen edge actually goes towards Oakland in this game. Hitting edge goes towards Oakland in this game as well. 114 WRC plus, which is 6, compared to 103, which is 12. Kind of interested to see what the first 5 has done. Because if I'm looking at Houston, and it's moved towards the Oakland A's. Wow. In this game. Wow. But yeah, we have the hitting advantage towards Oakland a little bit in this game as well. Houston's a team that I'm looking for them to turn it around here. They're starting to get healthier. They're starting to play a little bit better. And I was looking at it the other day, yesterday, Tim. They're playing a team that's under 500. Which, if you look at what the Houston Astros have done this year, they've played 40 games. Again, 40 games so far this season. Their record against teams with below 500 records, 4-1.
Yeah, no. Yeah, they haven't played anybody under 500. Now, is that under 500 currently, or is that under 500 when they played against it?
Currently.
So that would be Washington and... No, Washington's under 500. They played them.
That would be the Blue Jays, and that would be the Nationals. No,
Colorado's
the Blue Jays would be the Rockies. When I did this, when I wrote out those numbers, the Nationals were above 500. Or no, they were equal 500.
Got it.
It was the Rockies and it was the Blue Jays, the two teams that they played that were below 500, and they combined to beat the crap out of those teams. And that's one thing I see is the Astros, they beat up on the lesser opponents, and they do what they need to do against these lesser opponents. I can only look Astros in this game personally. It's just a lean for me at the moment. I'm looking for this team to start to turn it around. They've won 3 of their last 4 games. This is where the Houston Astros turn it around. 4 games at home against Oakland, 3 games at home against Milwaukee, 3 games at home against the Angels. They go to Oakland, a big series, 4 against the Mariners. They get 3 against the Twins at home, and they get 3 against the Cardinals at home before they go to San Fran, to LA, the Angels, and to San Fran. And then they get Detroit again at home, and then they get the White Sox. Their schedule up until late June is so much easier than what they've faced so far. I'm going to say by June 20th, when they're done with that series against the White Sox and they are heading they're heading home to play Baltimore, they will be at least a 500 baseball team.
Whew.
They will be at least a 500 baseball team in a month and a week. In 5 weeks, you don't think they could be the strength?
They have to make up 10. They have to make up 10 games.
They take 3 out of 4 against Oakland. They take 2 out of 3 against Milwaukee.
That would be a crazy run.
Yeah, but they have.
It's possible. I'm not saying it's not, but that's a crazy run.
And they're getting healthier. So I'm saying by June 21st, when they go and play the Baltimore Orioles at home, they will be an equal 500 baseball team. I'm leaning towards the Astros. I would lean towards the run line, but I'm not going to be betting this game here. I may move it. I may move on it, and I'm actually very tempted on it. I just need an extra couple minutes as well.
Yeah, I'm not betting this game. I just don't trust the Astros enough right now to lay this number on them. And Spaghetti's been awful this year. So I'm not touching this game. For me, it's Oakland or nothing. I'm still not a believer in this Houston team like you are. Until they prove me wrong, I'm just going to – it would be a fade towards them. So it would be Oakland or nothing. I would be more interested in riding the wave. Am I doing it? No. The Rangers did travel.
I'm going to move on them here, and I'm going to double down on them.
Guardian. That's right. They did travel from Denver. That's
Yep.
Astros, Spaghetti Day pass, over, and Astros. I would look towards an over if I'm going after a total, though. 5 games left in the card, Nick.
Yeah, I just want to see one quick thing here. I'm going to type in they're minus 180 and plus 115 over on Fanatics. So Astros minus 1 would be minus 130. That'd be my lean in this game. Let's get into the next matchup here in this spot with the Angels minus 120 favorites against the St. Louis Cardinals. Total 8.5 in this game. Weird seeing the Angels be a favorite in a baseball game. Well, let's get into it. Jose Soriano, who's looked pretty good. I like what we've seen from Soriano. Taking on Matthew Liberatore. Line opened up at a 109 for the Angels, and it's now a 103. I don't know where I saw minus 120 because I've seen the highest is actually minus 110. I apologize. I typed in the wrong number. I typed in this game up quick. It was minus 110, not minus 120 because this game never hit a minus 120. Apologize. And then line opened up in an 8.5, minus 115. Now it's an 8.5, minus 110. So we've had to move towards the under. We've had to move towards the Cardinals in this game, expecting Matthew Liberatore to have a decent game. 73% of the tickets and 59% of the cash is on the Angels with the line moving towards the Cardinals. Definitely piques my interest in St. Louis here. And then 82% of the tickets, 83% of the cash is on the over with the line moving towards the under, which piques my interest in the under. I like the way that Soriano has pitched so far. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here. Matthew Liberatore is somebody where I believe he'll be more of a bullpen piece. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, he's not going to go more than 3 innings. And one weird thing I've seen a little bit is teams with not great bullpens have good bullpen days. I think Liberatore gives you 3, and actually the Cardinals bullpen has not been bad. Matthew Liberatore, 3.55 ERA, 1.11 WHIP, 7.82 strikeouts per 9, which is 22%, 2.84 walks per 9, a 2.73 BABIP, a 3.4 FIP, and a 3.61 SIERA. Soriano, 3.47 ERA, 1.37 WHIP, 8.87 strikeouts per 9, which is 22%. 5.4 walks per 9, a 286 BABIP, but 3.37 FIP, and a 4.23 Sierra. Bullpen edge does go towards St. Louis, and the hitting edge does go towards St. Louis. Both these teams are sub par teams, though, against the opposite pitching. The Cardinals against righties, 97 WRC plus, which is 15th in baseball, so they're average, but they're 3% below average when it comes to our WRC plus, which 100 is average. And then the Angels are 7% below average, 93 WRC plus, which is 18th in baseball against lefties. I'm interested in two plays in this game, and I looked at this. When I looked at this card and I typed in the games. This one looked like a train wreck type of game that I had way too much interest in. And I expect Soriano to pitch well in this game, and I expect Liberatore to actually have a decent game in this one here as well. I'm going with this first 5 under, -110 for the 4.5. And then I'm going to look at the full game here, which is also Bet365. These are both Bet365 plays because that's the best available line. I'm going to grab the Cardinals at -110. So I'm on the Cardinals -110, and I'm going to take the first 5 under 4.5 as well in this game. I look for the Cardinals to strike late against the bullpen of the Angels, which has been significantly worse than the Cardinals. And this is a series that I actually really, really like. I know it's two teams that, and this is the type of series where I like to bet them because it's two teams that everybody looks at it and they're like, yeah, it's a 1-800-GAMBLER matchup. I'm moving on. I love those series because not as much attention is paid towards them. I'm on the first 5 under 4.5, -110. I'm on the full game money line for the St. Louis Cardinals as well.
This is a train wreck game. I kind of lean Angels.
Thank you.
This is a huh?
Yeah, perfect. Love it.
I kind of lean Angels in this one. The Cardinals have been horrible lately. They've lost 7 out of their last 8 games. Granted, it is still a little bit tricky, so we'll see how it works out for them. But this is just a really bad matchup, in my opinion. I don't really like either of these teams. I kind of struggle betting these two teams, so I did not feel a need to bet this game. Good luck to you. Honestly, if I was leaning anywhere, it'd be probably the exact opposite of you, and that would be Angels in the over. I don't like Matthew Liberatore, and the St. Louis bullpen's been bad. And then the Angels, Soriano, I don't know if I could trust. So, no, in my case, I would be leaning the opposite direction, but good luck to you. I'm not betting this game, so.
Fair.
Nerfy and the Red Sox game. Sure. Cardinals money line.
Yes.
Who do you plan on using the DK up 2 promo on? Why not?
Ooh.
The Cubbies.
Oh, I was going right towards the Cubbies as well. Cubbies, and more Cubbies.
Nerfy again. Borderline mid. Angels. Off topic. Is that official merch for ESB Nick is wearing? No. It's an Earle thing. You wouldn't understand. It's just a shirt that we got for Christmas one day. I have the same shirt. I have no clue where it is, but I have the same shirt. Just as an Earle, it's an Earle thing. You wouldn't understand. Here's the next game, Nick. They'll understand this game now.
Yeah, Arizona and Cincinnati. The Diamondbacks -135 favorites, total 8.5. I feel like these two teams just played each other.
I feel like
in Cincinnati.
Because they just.
I feel like I got burned with
and the Arizona Diamondbacks swept them.
Yeah, line opened up at a 140. It's up to it opened up at a 140. It's up to a 146 now. So we've had a move towards Arizona in this game. Line opened up at an 8.5 -125. It's now an 8.5 -102. I keep getting burned with these freaking unders in Reds games. I bet them every single game against the Giants, and somehow they went over first 5 in every game. Frustrating. 81% of tickets and 85% of the cash on the over. The line moving towards the under. I'm going to fall for it again here. 86% of tickets, 85% of the cash on the Diamondbacks with the line moving towards them. Taking a look at the pitching matchup here, where we have, I believe, a decent one. What was it again? Graham Ashcraft versus Jordan Montgomery. Two pitchers that should be much better. 3.2. Graham Ashcraft, 3.21 ERA, 1.36 WHIP, 6.75 strikeouts per 9, which is 17%. 3.21 walks per nine, a 2.99 BABIP, a 3.77 FIP, and a 4.34 Sierra. On the flip side, we have Jordan Montgomery with a 4.70 ERA, 1.30 WHIP, 3.91 strikeouts per nine, which is 11%, the lowest strikeout rate on the entire card for any starting pitcher. Not a strikeout guy. So maybe under Jordan Montgomery strikeouts. 2.35 walks per nine, a 2.67 BABIP, a 4.77 FIP, and a 5.16 Sierra. Both these teams do not strike fear in my heart, though, when it comes to betting overs with them. The bullpen edge does go towards the Reds. Hitting edge goes towards the Diamondbacks, which is really sad to say because against righties, they have an 80 WRC plus, which is 26th in baseball. And then the Reds said, hold my beer against lefties. We're 70 WRC plus, which is 27th. This is a really sad matchup with two teams that had a lot of hype heading into the year that have no hype now. And I have no interest in backing either side. However, I think I know a way to fade both teams. Give me the first 5 under. First 5 under, 4.5 minus 115. This is once again on Bet365. These two teams cannot hit worth a lick. And I will go ahead and back another under in this game. I'm confident in both these pitchers to turn it around. And these are the two offenses that I think could help these pitchers turn it around because both these offenses suck. So I will look for this game to stay under in the first 5 innings.
I like Arizona. And it's not really much of me backing Arizona. It's me fading the Reds, who have lost 9 out of 10, where their one win was against San Fran. And I'm not super high on San Fran either. So, no, this is a really rough Reds team right now, which I know a lot of people had hype over. I did not. I said they were going to be bad, and they're 6 games under 500. Still very, very early in the season, so I'm not going to get ahead of myself. I like Jordan Montgomery. You said these two pitchers could be better. Jordan Montgomery's been solid besides one start, where he allowed 6 earned runs in 3 innings. Oh, sorry, he's only had 4 starts. One of these says 0.0 innings. So out of 4 starts, he's allowed 12 earned runs. Half of those were in 1 start. So, no, he's been very consistent. And not to mention, it was against the Dodgers. So I'm not overly concerned about Jordan Montgomery. If anything, I really still think Jordan Montgomery is a solid pitcher. So, no, this is not a worrisome moment for me for him. I'm going to look towards the Arizona Diamondbacks on the run line here because I'm not going to take the money line at minus 145. Run line is plus 140. Give me the Diamondbacks here, Nick.
Sure.
Cards. Pass. There you go. Let's keep on rolling because we got 3 games left, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Colorado Rockies and the San Diego Padres, minus 215 for the Padres, total of 8 in this game against the Red Hot Rockies, coming off of a sweep of the defending World Series champions. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here between Randy Vasquez and Dakota Hudson. I can't believe in the year 2024, Randy Vasquez is laying minus 215 at home. However, the line opened up at a 190, and now it's a 215.
It's not the same Vasquez that you're thinking. It's not the same Vasquez that you're thinking.
I'm just being funny, but it is what it is. Yeah, no, the line opened up at a 190 though, and it's moved towards the Padres up to the 215. Line opened up at an 8.5 plus 105. It's now an 8 and minus 105. So we've had a slight move towards the under, but it felt like a move to the under right away. And then we've had a move towards the Padres. 93% of the tickets, 95% of the cash is on the Padres. The line moving towards the Padres. Home team, public on them, up in the 200 range. Line moving towards them. And then we have 99% of the tickets, 99% of the cash is on the over in this game as well. With the line immediately moved towards the under from the 8.5 down to the 8, but I think it's moved towards the over since then. And here we go. This is Padres run line right here. You have the Rockies coming in off of a big sweep. Now they go away from Colorado, where they're not as good on the road. And we have a cash cow spot here. We have a public home favorite with the line moving towards the favorite and the public on. And minus 105 for the run line here in this spot. We've seen this spot plenty of times. And this is one of the only times I side with the public because I've seen the numbers behind this angle. And shout out to Troy Torrance for this angle because sometimes betting public in baseball is decent if you have the right angles. and this is one of them here. I'm going to be on the Padres run line at -105. It's a cash cow play for me.
Yeah, let's fade the Rockies after leaving Coors. Because I know the first game away from Coors, although I feel like it's more for opposing teams. And they're coming off a big sweep. So, yeah, I think this is a letdown spot. A big sweep.
The only thing with the letdown spot here real quick, Tim, is who are the Padres coming in off of winning a series against?
The Dodgers. But at the same time, the Padres expect to be good. Huh? Wait, they swept them?
No, they won 2 out of 3.
Oh, okay, I was about to say, I don't remember them sweeping them.
They lost game 2, I believe. They won the first game, lost the second game, won the third game. It was great to see that. Them win another series against the Dodgers. Yeah, they lost 5-0 against James Paxton.
That makes sense. But no, yeah, I'm on the same page as you in this one, Nick. We'll ride the Padres for this one.
Yeah. Also, an under looks interesting in this game as well because the last 5 games for the Padres have stayed under hockey totals: 3-2, 3-0, 2-1, 5-0, 4-0. They would have stayed under 5.5 all of them. So that's an interesting little tidbit for the Padres as well, as they've won 3 of the last 5 and going under 5.5 in all of them.
Oh, I think I found my DK up 2 promo. Rockies money line. No.
I would go Cubbies. I'd go Cubbies on them.
Cubbies is the best option. Live bet. I like basketball bet. Whoever that is, plus 155. Get it, dude. Padres run line, yes. Adding Guardians because Rangers first game back off the yes. Guardians. Already on them. Nick, I am torn with this series.
Yeah, 1 second. I want to take a look. Cameron, real quick. What the hell league is that?
Are you trying to lie?
Oh, I found it. It's Turkish. It's Turkish. I'll humor you on this one here. I'll put 5 whole American dollars on it. Bayukames live money line plus 170. They're up 3 points against Fenerbahce. And now it's plus 225. All right. Yep. I got 170 with them. Let's hope to cash the $5 bet. All right. This is an interesting series. We have the Seattle Mariners and the Kansas City Royals. The Mariners -145 favorites, total 7 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in the spot here, where we have this line opening up. If this will click, that'd be cool. All of a sudden, it's not clicking. All right, let's just go to the cash flow here first, and then we'll go back to that. 83% of the tickets and 93% of the cash on the Mariners with the line moving. Or I don't know where the line's moving yet. 76% of the tickets, 81% of the cash is on the over in this game as well. Low total in the spot. Line opened up at 7 at -115. It's now a 7 at -110. So we do have a move towards the under. Line opened up at a 135. It's now a 144. So we do have a line movement towards the Mariners as well. So the bigger bets are on the Mariners, the line moving that way. The bigger bets are on the over and the line moving towards the under, which piques my interest in an under in this game here, where we have George Kirby and Brady Singer. Singer 3.29 ERA, 1.17 WHIP, 9.22 strikeouts per 9, which is 25%. 3.62 walks per 9, a 2.64 BABIP, but 3.27 FIP and a 3.80 SIERA. On the flip side, George Kirby, who's been awesome this year, 2.17 ERA, 0.79 WHIP, 9.93 strikeouts per 9, which is 29%. 0.93 walks per 9, a 2.29 BABIP, a 3.05 FIP, and a 2.82 SIERA. Let's take a look here. Bullpen edge going towards the Mariners. Hitting edge going towards the Mariners here as well. 107 WRC plus, which is 9th, compared to 89, which is 21st. So for me in this spot here, also we have who do you call it, coming off of one of his more poor starts of the year. Kirby coming in giving up 4 runs against the Twins in his last start. So I could see maybe a little bit of a bounce back here for George Kirby in this game, and I do have an interest in this under. That would be my look in this game here. Maybe it would be the first 5 under, obviously, but I'm looking under the total in this game here with the Mariners and the Royals. And wow, we're already seeing 6.5 on ESPN Bet for the full game there. So this line's dropping, even though public on the over a little bit there. And I'm seeing plus 105 with Bet365 once again. Bet365, first 5 under 3.5 minus or plus 105.
These are two teams that I love. These are two teams I'm very, very high on this year, and I hate when two teams that I really like are going up against each other. Because I feel if I bet one and the other one wins, I kick myself because I'm high on both teams. I'm not touching a total in this game. I really, really like George Kirby. I think George Kirby, obviously, he had a rough start against Minnesota, but he's had a really, really solid start to the year. He's averaging over a strikeout an inning. It would be a lean towards Seattle in this one, but I'm not betting a game. I'm not betting a side on a game that I like both sides. So this one's a pass for me. Cameron's excited that you're on his Turkish basketball. Kansas City. Fender. There you go, Turkish basketball. I'll take the Nerfy with my boy George. Hey, Kirby's been fantastic. I'm probably not gonna bet this last game either, but we got one more game and then we'll get.
Yeah. We have the LA Dodgers and the San Francisco Giants here. I'm already placing my bet for this game. And to nobody's surprise, the best available line is on Bet365 plus 160. San Francisco Giants and the LA Dodgers. Let's get into the line history in this spot here between Jordan Hicks and Yashishibo Yamamoto. Line opened up at a 180. It's up to a 185. So we've had a 5-cent line movement towards the Dodgers in this game here. Line opened up at a 7 minus 110. It's now a 7.5 at minus 117. So they expect some maybe a little bit of runs here. And potentially Jordan Hicks to be a little bit vulnerable. 98% of the tickets, 99% of the cash is on the over. Never mind, it's just the way the market's move or the way the money's coming in. 88% of the tickets and 96% of the cash is on the Dodgers as well. And I think my simple explanation on why the money's coming in on the over in this game is because I don't think any Dodger game should be lined at 7 right now. I don't care who they're playing. They shouldn't have Dodgers games lined at 7 because of just the way their offense is. And I'm not trustworthy of the pitching staff the Dodgers have at the moment. Yamamoto has turned it around. He has been better. 2.32 ERA, 0.97 WHIP his last 30 days. 9.29 strikeouts per nine, which is 26%. 1.45 walks per nine. 250 BABIP, but 3.67 FIP and a 309 SIERA. On the flip side, Jordan Hicks, 3.24 ERA, 1.32 WHIP. 7.92 strikeouts per nine, which is 20%. 4.68 walks per nine, a 278 BABIP with 3.2 FIP and a 4.44 SIERA. Bullpen edge going towards the Giants in this game, and the hitting edge does go towards the Dodgers, 120 WRC plus, which is third compared to 106, which is 10th for the Giants. This one's pretty simple for me. I've bet against them every single game this year. I don't think it's up at the moment. I'll have to go back and look.
According to covers, it's slightly down.
According to covers, it's slightly down.
According to covers, the Dodgers are up 1.14 units. Now, their lines are different than yours, but according to that, if you bet the Dodgers every single game so far on the money line, you're up 1.14 or something in that nature. It's very, very minuscule.
Yeah. So. And by the way, I need to confirm it's Yamamoto because I'm seeing Yamamoto on.
I see Gavin Stone.
I'm seeing Gavin Stone on covers.
Me too.
I need to make sure it's MLB app saying Gavin Stone.
I see Gavin Stone.
For me, Bet365, I don't have to list pitchers. So, I hope it's Gavin Stone. I'd prefer fading Stone than Yamamoto at the moment. And if it's Gavin Stone, I love that.
Gavin Stone's been really good lately. Three earned runs in his last starts.
He's one of the pitchers for the Dodgers that I don't mind fading though. Like he's I think the worst pitcher on that staff. Yes, he can have a couple good starts, but yeah,
he could. I'm going to stay off this game. I have no real intentions on going after it. If it's Gavin Stone, I kind of look towards the Dodgers in this one, but I know you fade him every single game, so I'm not going to try to get involved in I bet the Dodgers 3 times this year so far. Or at least they've been on the site 3 times this year. And then when they're on the site, they're 3-0. So for me, I'm not really going after this game. There's no real reason for me to go after this game. I would lean Dodgers, but not enough for me to get to it. Dodgers money line. Please take the run line. Lead Dodger run line. Y'all messing with soccer? Barcelona, Liverpool? No, I'm on Austin Villa money line plus 278. Carlos. Austin Villa today. Go Austin Villa. Let's do it. That is all the games for today, though. Before we head on out, by the way, Nick, if you're able to put up your hockey plays so that I can put them on there, because I will be putting up, we'll be posting the member-only card in a couple of minutes that has all the plays that are on the site. So if you guys are interested in that, $5.99 a month, 16 cents a day. And all the social media links, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram that are now above Nick's head. If you guys are interested, or if you guys can, make sure you guys are following all of those. We post there every single day. Yes, Austin Villa. But kind of a recap before we head on out. Today, I'm going to be just riding out my futures with the Canes and the Stars. Hopefully we can get some wins from them. NBA, Cleveland, and Oklahoma City. I like Baltimore, Detroit, Boston, Chicago, Milwaukee, Cleveland, Arizona, San Diego, and that's it. Nick?
Yep. 1 second. All right. There we go. I just put up the 2 plays for the site for hockey. There you go. Let's get into it here for hockey. I'm on the Rangers even money over on FanDuel, and the Avalanche minus 134 also over on FanDuel. And then for the NBA, I didn't bet the early game. I want to say I lean under in that game with Dallas Cleveland. I did bet the second game though. OKC first half, OKC full game, even money for both of them. Both of them on Bet365. For baseball, Detroit -1, -120 to get our day started. 6:40 against the Miami Marlins. ESPN bet. Then I believe all of these are Bet365, and except for one play, and I'll mention the one play that's not Bet365. So instead of saying Bet365 for all of them, because basically all of them are Bet365. Tampa Bay Rays first 5 -105. Chicago Cubs first 5 +115. Washington Chicago first 5 under 4.5 even money Fanatics. Cleveland Guardians -105. St. Louis Cardinals -110. St. Louis LA Angels. First 5 under 4.5 -110. Cincinnati, Arizona, first 5 under 4.5 -115. San Diego Padres -1.5 -105. Kansas City Royals and Seattle Mariners first 5 under 3.5 Bet365. San Francisco Giants money line +160.
There we go. Back to the chat for just fade Liverpool day. I just saw all the money on Liverpool, so I went the opposite direction. That's all. That is all my capping for that, and I also lean towards the over in that Liverpool game. Should be a bounce back for Barcelona. Good to hear. Thanks for the heads up. Let's go. Fade Liverpool on away games. There you go. My Nuggets to win the series and win in 6 after going down 2-0 as life again. Your Nuggets. My Nuggets. Let's go. Gracias to win. Of course, Fernando. There we go. That is everything for today's card. We will be back tomorrow with another one. Until then, good luck, everybody.